What's happening, YouTube? Horde DJ back with another video for the day. Unprecedented well, actually, it's already been done. Fuck. I get a late start in this one. Came in, it was 1,000 to 1,000. One tip: if you come into a game late, get as far away from your teammates as you can. Simple fact being that the other team already knows where your team's at. You need to get away from them. Try to get away and flank. It's actually not a bad strategy at any time during the game, but especially if you come in late because they're already dialed in. More than likely, if you come into a game late, your team's losing. That's why they have one less player. I mean, sometimes you get lucky and your team's actually winning. But most of the time, no, you're getting your ass handed to you. So you're going to have to pull out a miracle to get a win. This one, my team was tied, so I had an advantage. And I went 18-3. So, with the Scar. It's a pirate's favorite gun. Scar. Yeah, that was retarded. I'm sorry. I apologize for that. Anyway, so I flank around the backside and get a couple kills, but there is a guy that keeps showing up on the radar. This guy was shooting at me. It took me about 7,000 bolts to hit that guy. But there's a guy that keeps showing up on the radar that I cannot find. I look for him. I'm like, well, eventually he's going to come around the corner and shoot me in the face. He never does. And I realized that, you can go inside this building here. And look, there he is, camping in a corner. Now, like I've said in the past, a lot of people would consider me a camper. I move slow. I patrol back and forth between an area. But what I consider camping is what that guy was doing. Just sitting in a corner waiting for somebody to come by. Which I belly up to his corner here in just a little bit. But I was waiting on a kill streak. Maybe that's what he was doing. I don't know, but he had been sitting there for a long time. So I got my Reaper, switched to his gun, and here we go. I am horrible with this thing. If anybody can remember what button you push to switch it from the regular view to the thermal vision, be greatly appreciated because I can't remember. Yes, I know you can zoom. I usually don't just because I always miss when I zoom. It always feels like when I hit the zoom button, it pulls me either left or right, and I end up missing anyway, so I usually don't zoom on the AGM. Sometimes I do. This is one of the best maps to use the AGM, and I fail miserably on this one. Usually with an AGM, the Reaper, as everybody calls it, on this map, you'll get 7-8 kills. I think I got 2, 1, something like that. It was pretty bad. So I gotta start my kill streaks over again. I just got killed right after I'd come out of my Reaper. They knew where I was gonna be, apparently, and I jumped on a team that was red dot chasing. And what I consider red dot chasing, somebody pulls the trigger on one part of the map on the other team that doesn't have a silencer, and everybody goes, ooh, red dot, let's go that way. And then you see 5 of your blue little arrows go sprinting in that direction. And then behind them, somebody pulls the trigger and they go, oh, red dot over there. And then they turn around and they go running back that way. And they don't ever control any areas. You're never really safe anywhere when you have a team that does that. I get it. Everybody's competing, trying to get their own kills to get theirs. But at the same time, for people that are trying to strategically play, I mean, you know what? I've been on teams where that's worked every single time. Just you run from one end of the map to the other end of the map, just popping people off as they spawn. But most of the time what that ends up doing is that ends up getting everybody else on your team killed. And then one by one, slowly, the group of 4 that was running from one end of the map to the other quits doing it one by one. And eventually it's just one guy that keeps running into their spawn and getting killed and going, come on guys, let's get in there. Whereas, why go in there? Why would you go into their spawn when you know eventually they're going to come out of their spawn? And they're going to run straight into you. Yeah, that's a camper's mentality. But at the same time, you don't die as much. I just don't understand. Not everybody is the Mark of J. You know, oh look, I'm going to run into their spawn. All 6 of them. And he gets 6 kills. Most people can't do that. It's just a fact. Most people, if they run into the other team's spawn, they'll see 2 people and shoot in between both of them and die and not kill anybody. Or they'll kill one guy when there's a group of 3. Yeah, a lot of times you can get a 2-piece in this game, but it's a lot more difficult when you run into groups of 3 and 4. And if you run into another team's spawn, you're probably going to be dead quickly. I get being aggressive, and and sometimes I have a lot of fun when I grab a P90 and just rush, jump in, kill a bunch of people. But none of those are gameplays that I'd ever put up because I usually end up going 25 and 18. Well, that's the end of this one. Second one of the day. I'll probably put another one up in the next day or two. Have a good one, guys.